Hey y'all, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Maudie and I am going to do a quick little video about how I dehydrate my sourdough. Now I have recorded part of this earlier when I was actually feeding my sourdough, but my mic went dead and I lost most of the video. It didn't have sound. So I'm going to do a quick recap of what I did. So I have sourdough here. This is my starter and I have had this active for about since February of 2023, I believe. Um, so this has been through it. I have neglected it. I've done all the things, but it has never let me down. It's just a really good solid starter, and I've never put it in the refrigerator or anything like that. I keep it out on my counter because we do use it, but it's getting to where I am down. I'm low on the actual dehydrated starter that I keep in stock in my Etsy store. So I am going to dehydrate some of the starter and then I'm going to list it in my Etsy store. Plus, I'll have some to give away. And I also like to keep some, I always keep at least a couple of packs on hand in case I need to rehydrate it. Now, this is only if you have an active starter, a good starter that's alive and bubbly. So what I do if I'm going to dehydrate my starter, I make sure that I feed it, and once it rises, I try to catch it before the rise goes back down. And as you can see, I'm going to show you. Oh yeah, it's really, really good right now. So this is perfect. I'm trying to get that. Oh, there we go. This is perfect. Can't really see. The lighting's not great. This is actually exactly what you want if you're going to dehydrate your starter. Mine, I have just a cheap dehydrator. I don't have anything expensive, so I have to improvise. Now, when I had just dehydrated it the last time, and don't look at my junk over there, I just used what came with the dehydrator, this little tray, and you can see I was never able to get the starter off of it. And I'm actually going to soak this to see if I can get it off, but I haven't been able to get it off. And this, it just didn't dry well because there wasn't enough airflow to get to it. So I looked it up online and I found a couple of places that say you can just take some parchment paper and you cut it to fit your tray, which is what I've done. And no, I'm not great at doing this, like cutting, but whatever. This is how it's going to lay. Now, the very most important part of this is make sure when you cut it to fit your trays, you leave ample space around the bottom, around the edges, and around, of course, the middle. You don't cover that middle, but you leave ample space around the edges so your sourdough will be able to get that heat. It will be able to dehydrate properly. So I am going to go ahead. I'm going to do 3 trays of this because that's really about all I need. I'm going to do the 3 trays, and this will enable me to put up sourdough and have plenty of sourdough to keep. And if for some reason I have to redo it, I'll be able to. Won't be a big issue. So let me go ahead and stay right there, and let me go ahead and I am going to show you how I do this. Hang on one second and let me grab another one of my little tools. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed this spatula as well. So again, this is what you need to do, and I had filmed this, like I said, but it had to delete it. So you're going to feed your starter. You get your starter nice and fed, feed it, and then when it starts to rise, catch it before it starts going back down. So I fed it about 1 o'clock, and it's 6:30 now. So this is perfect. It hasn't started going down yet, but it's risen enough that my starter is active. So I am going to take my trays, and I am going to go ahead and just get a video of that. My starter, when I say this is good starter, it is great. Very, very good. And I think at some point, I think I'm going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to give away some of my starter to somebody. I think I'm gonna have a little giveaway here on YouTube. So I'm going to just go ahead and spread this out. Now I know it looks like a mess right now because it is a mess. This is a huge mess. And if you hear anything back here in the background, my mother-in-law just come up. So, she's here visiting. All right, let's see here. So you don't have to actually take much out of it. All right, let me see. I'm just going to I'm going to prop that up over there, I think. And I'm going to take this. I'm going to take my spatula, and I am going to spread it. Remember, make sure you're not covering the middle and you've got plenty around the edge. So you're going to want to get this sourdough thin, because the thicker it is, the harder it's going to be, the longer it will take to dehydrate. And you're probably saying, well, Marty, I don't have a dehydrator. Well, that's fine too. If you don't have a dehydrator, then you can still do this. There's a couple of other ways you can actually dehydrate starter. You can, I'm going to go ahead and transfer some of this over to the other one. Ooh. Slide this up. Oh, that sounds terrible. I am so sorry about that noise, because that sounded like a cat, a screeching cat with his tail caught in the door. All right. Alrighty, let's see here. All right. So if you don't have your own dehydrator, you can do this by, you can either take the stove light and you can put this on parchment paper and put it on a cookie sheet or a baking tray, whatever you prefer to call it, and you can put it in the oven with just your oven light on. Not definitely not with the heat on, because if you get this too hot, it is the good bacteria that's in it will likely die, and it may rehydrate, but obviously it's not going to have the good stuff that you want, and that's the point of sourdough. So I'm just spreading this out here. Spreading it, and we'll get this spread as pretty much as, this is a little bit thicker than I would probably like, but at the same time it's going to be okay. Okay, yeah, this looks pretty good. Okay, so I've got that. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Oh, that sound. It's kind of like scratching nails on chalkboard, I guess. And this is my third tray. And you may ask me, am I going to feed this again tonight? I actually am not going to feed this. I am going to wait, and I will feed this in the morning when I get up. And yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to feed it in the morning when I get up. Let's see, we can put that there. And I think this is probably going to be it. And now this is going to take several days to do, so I will let you guys know how many days it takes. And I will also let you know how this turns out. Like, I will show you guys the finished product. I think that's going to be enough. I will show you guys the finished product, and let me get a paper plate, excuse me. I'll set this over here for a time. There you go, they're on my trays. And I am just going to, I'm probably just going to go ahead and remove, this has removable, that's from that. I had been actually dehydrating some herbs in this, and I should have cleaned it out already, but I didn't. Let me get this going. Like I said, this one is cheap. This dehydrator was probably, it was less than $40, so it's nothing spectacular. It's not an Excalibur or whatever. I sure don't have any of that. All right, so I am going to set these trays. Let me see. I know they. Alrighty. Sorry about that. I know that's probably awkward. My phone ran out of storage, and so I keep having to try to delete it so I can get storage going back on it. But okay, I took all this come with 6 trays. I took 3 of them out, and that left me with 3. So the trick with sourdough dehydration is low and slow, and you want it on very little heat, just enough to like dry it. And it may take several days. That's okay. So what we're going to do is I am going to look here at there we go. So of course my temp. I'm going to bump this to, I'm going to do 104, and for the time, I'm going to put it on, do 12 hours. Okay, I'm going to do 104 for 12 hours. So that's roughly 6:45 in the morning. I don't know if it'll be done by then or not. We'll see. But once it's done, I will be able to take it out. I'll crinkle it up, get it off of this parchment paper. That should make it really easy to come off. And you can either break it up in chunks and put it in a mason jar, or you can break it up in tiny little, like crush it and put it in some sort of bag, which is what I do because I do sell them and give them away. So I just have to put them in a bag. But the rehydration, I tell people a tablespoon is what, or 2 tablespoons is what I suggest when you are rehydrating sourdough. If you want a starter that's ready to go a lot quicker than, say, one you're making from scratch. So I will be back in 12 hours. I will show you guys what this looks like. And if you have any questions, of course, you're just free to ask me in the comments, or hop over to the community tab. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow morning, and we'll go from there with the sourdough. Hopefully we can get it dehydrated so I can bag it. It'll be ready for fall sales and ready to put up and save. Okay, y'all, good morning. I am here with my sourdough, and so I had filmed the beginning of this video yesterday, and I didn't have sound. Then I filmed it again. I filmed me actually putting this sourdough in the dehydrator, and then my phone deleted it. So obviously this video, something is going on here. I did get to keep about half of the video, but the beginning of it is gone. So I'm going to go back and see if I can do something. But I wanted to go ahead and just show you guys what this looks like. So I took 3 of my trays out, and I just I went ahead and dehydrated 3 sheets. This is parchment paper of sourdough. And this is a lot of discard. This will, this is actually not discard. This was active sourdough that I dehydrated. And I put it on 104 degrees for 12 hours. And so this was still going when I got up this morning. And then I fed my sourdough again last night. So what I was saying yesterday when I was fixing the sourdough, when I was spreading it out, all I do is, I had actually tried in the past, and I'm just gonna show you. I had tried this come with my dehydrator. I tried both of these, and neither one of those worked, and now I can't get the sourdough out of that, so it's just kind of stuck there. But I am going to try to soak it, because I had mentioned before, do not put sourdough down your drain or anything like that, because you'll have a horrible mess. But I just took some parchment paper, and I cut circles out as best as I could. And the thing about this is, when you are preparing a dehydrator to put sourdough in, and you cut these circles out, if that's what you choose to do with parchment paper, make sure there is room around the edges. And this did shrink some. It was a little bit bigger, but make sure there's room around the edges for proper airflow. And if you have a circular one, that of course this middle is not covered. But I was pleasantly surprised, because last time I dehydrated it, there was still moisture in it. And it took me a couple of days. But again, I was dehydrating it on those sheets. And now it is completely not like that. Like, it's actually, I don't know if I'm going to put it in a, let me grab a, I'm going to grab a wide mouth jar. And this is not what I'll store it in, but you can absolutely store it in a jar with a lid. Dehydrated sourdough will last for a really long time. It pretty much will last indefinitely if you put it, if you store it properly. And I'm just crunching this up to make sure there's no moisture in it, and there's not. So I'm just tickled over that. It did not take long at all. I've had this particular starter. I've kept it alive since like April, I think, of, no, not April. I think it was actually February or March of, yeah, it was February of 2023, I believe. We went to Williamsburg, Virginia in March of 2023, and I put it in the refrigerator. And that was the only time I had refrigerated it. But this is really good. I'm really tickled over this. I actually sell dehydrated starter in my Etsy shop, and then I give it away. And when I sell it, or I package it, I crunch the starter down a lot smaller than this. And I tell people to use about 2 tablespoons to rehydrate it. And rehydration with this is really easy. And within 4 or 5 days, or at least this particular starter, it's ready to be used. So I'm just tickled over this, y'all. I'm tickled that it's doing so well. And excuse my mess. If you watched my video last night, you'll know I had a terrible migraine. And I still do have a headache this morning. But I actually went to Jack's, which is a local restaurant here. And their coffee tends to be pretty strong. I bought me a coffee and come home and, of course, doctored it up with some sugar and some half and half. And took 4 ibuprofen. And I believe I'm going to survive the day. But it will probably be another early bedtime for me tonight. So, but there you go. I have a whole jar of starter. And for right now, I'm just going to put a lid on this and seal it up and put it away.
And then when I need it, I will be able to pull it out. And if I want to take some of this to pack up for sales, because I imagine with fall coming up, we'll probably sell some, then I can do that. And yeah, that is what I plan on doing. So I will be back with y'all in just a little bit to go over a couple of things with you guys and then close this video out. I appreciate you guys being here and watching me, and I hope that this turns out good. I hope this video is salvageable. Hey y'all, okay, I'm going to just end this sourdough video. I wanted to hop on here and just tell y'all that I was able to salvage most of that video. I put it together as best as I can, and I'm going to leave it up, and I'm just going to put it up and I'll leave it up. If it's not that great, or if once it's up it doesn't get a lot of traction, I guess I can probably just take it down and try to make another video. And as easy as that sourdough was to dehydrate last night, I may make another one anyway. That was really, really super easy. I'd be glad to talk with you guys about sourdough in the comments or the community tab. And I'm sorry if my last couple of videos, like this sourdough video and the homeschool room tour video, I really just don't look like myself or sound like myself. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling well, and this headache, I've had it for several days now, and it's really pushing me. So anyway, I will piece all this together. I hope it makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. I will be back with hopefully better quality videos tomorrow. And I'm also having difficulties with my mic. Like, it's not recording, so I think it might be torn up. I don't know. If it's not one thing, it's another. But that's okay, because part of who I am is just winging it. And I'm just real in real life. So that's what you're going to get. But I will see you guys in the next one. If you're not subscribed and you feel the need, I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload. And if you know anyone else who might enjoy this content, please send them my way. And it helps when y'all like our videos and share them. And I love hearing from y'all in the comments. So I will talk to y'all there. I hope y'all have a great day.